Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
But that's...
Welcome back, Rod Pedersen Show on the air. I'm Darren DuPont in for Rod, who will be back in, as I mentioned, on Monday. To the Prairie Mobile text line, it's open at 306-840-8777. Trying to update the text line here. Metal Shingle Guy writing in this morning. They would have had a solid chance in 2019, John, except for the worst trade in Rider history. Cost them the chance to rep the West. What trade's he talking about?
What year is he talking about?
Last year.
The worst trade in Rider history last year? No.
A fourth-round pick for a Grey Cup winning quarterback. Left here, sat on Toronto's injured list until they traded him. Rider Nation thought we unloaded a big contract, only to have it bite them in the ass. He's talking about Zach Collaros.
Yeah, Zach Collaros.
The Metal Shingle Guy on the text line.
Well, how long is Zach Collaros going to last? That's the question. Can he do it? He's great when healthy. Our old cliche, great when healthy, phenomenal when healthy.
GWH.
Those 4 games in Winnipeg he played last year, took him to the Grey Cup and won it. Unbelievable. But can he do it again? And he's the only quarterback they got, eh? Other than what's the next guy? Scott McIntyre or something? The backup? Really unknowns.
Yeah.
When they got rid of Nichols today, they sent him to Ottawa. They gone to Collaros, and Collaros says, what do you do? He's like, sure, he's great, but he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing you got to worry about in Winnipeg.
Latest
if he's healthy, they're doing good.
Latest at 3downnation.com. You'll love this, and this is pretty interesting. Donald Trump is in the news on 3downnation.com. Okay? He tweets.
Me.
No, I'm not kidding. Donald Trump tweeting out, you go around Pennsylvania. This is a quote, okay? A quote from R.J. Harris, okay? Now, the quote is, you go around Pennsylvania and you see Trump signs everywhere. The Donald Trump situation is bigger than the Reagan Revolution. Donald Trump has inspired us. The only problem is he quoted R.J. Harris of the Ottawa Redblacks. He put his Twitter handle in, R.J. Harris of the Ottawa Redblacks, instead of the actual guy in Pennsylvania who put out the tweet, the quote. So it's pretty funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Donald Trump with a typo.
Yeah, the football player with the wide receiver.
Yeah, talking about the football player in Canada. Not actually, but a fun little mistake.
Good for old Donald.
Donald Trump is in the CFL news this morning. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Pretty good program this morning, wasn't it, John?
Yeah.
Lots on the show. Mike Hogan talking Argos, Darren Bombing. Talking Jets and Little Bombers. Yeah. And then having the commissioner on. Still lots to unpack from Commissioner Randy Ambrosi joining us this morning in Randy's road trip. It continues in Regina tomorrow for the fans down at Mosaic Stadium. Yeah. So that's going to be fun tomorrow.
And it'll be question and answer, I'm sure.
It'll be Q&A with the fans. If you're a Rider fan, now you've done the playoff format, okay? You're a Rider fan. What do you want to know from the commissioner now? Playoff format, you've got that answer.
Know what's the thing with the Europe thing? How many more European imports are we bringing in? People wonder with me, what are we doing with this, Lynch? What's this all about? I say, I don't know. We got two imports in right now. One was on the roster every game, one wasn't. We're supposed to have 2 more this year, I understand. They don't want to talk about it, actually. That's what I'm finding.
Yeah.
That'd be 4. What is that plan? I understand, what I've been told, he wants to have about 4 or 5 imports from all across the world on each of the teams. And then he thinks he'll get a great contract from the television network. I don't know what network he's talking about, because those networks cover... If the football was that great over there, they would have a network anyway. The NFL would have a network out there right now.
Right.
I don't know what he's thinking about. But that's what he says. He's looking for a contract in the next couple of years, and it's supposed to be a dandy, so... I don't know. I wonder when he does that. I wonder about the playoff thing. So that's where I'm at this morning.
You mentioned before we came back here in this segment, we've gone the whole show and we haven't talked about the XFL.
Yeah.
I mean, XFL is getting set for week 4. Yeah. You look at the schedule, the New York Guardians. That's Derek Dennis and the New York Guardians. Yep. They're home to the LA Wildcats. Seattle is in St. Louis. The 2 biggest fan bases in the XFL, Seattle and St. Louis. They're loving the XFL in St. Louis, by the way. Almost bit of an FU to the NFL, right, for taking away the Rams out of St. Louis.
Yep.
They are all over the Battlehawks.
Yep.
And then on Sunday, DC is in Tampa Bay, Mark Trestman and the Vipers. And then they're calling it the Texas Throwdown, Dallas at home to Houston.
Yep.
So you got some notes on the XFL.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, their average crowd is 17,340.
Okay. That's good, isn't it?
No.
You don't think
I
so?
think that's a good crowd.
It's a new league.
And McMahon came out last week and said, look, I'm allocating $375 million
Yep.
to this league surviving.
Willing to lose $375
Willing to lose
million.
$375 million over the next 3 years because that's what it's going to take for us to survive. And we're going ahead steadily going ahead, and I'm happy.
And you don't think it's good?
Do you?
Well, I think 17,000 is fine. You look at St. Louis, they projected, I think last week it was like 22,000 they were open for, 20,000 in Seattle. When you've got NFL markets and you don't have any history of a fan base, right? Yeah. You got to have something to build off of. And when you've got you drop a team in the middle of town and you've got no prior history, to get 17 or 18,000 people out to a game, I think it's pretty good, isn't it?
They had 29,000 in Tampa Bay last weekend.
Yeah.
With Mark Trestman's team. That's the biggest crowd they've got. That was by giving away a lot of gimmicks. So the reports that I'm reading, the news reports I'm getting are the news people, the media people are skeptical. Vince McMahon isn't. Everybody says the same thing. Why is Vince McMahon doing this? He's got a $1 billion business, not $1 million, $1 billion business in the wrestling. Now got the ladies in it. He's got specials on 4 networks every week. Never happened before. Richer than ever. Why is he doing this? And people are saying he does it just for the hell of it.
Why do NFL owners own teams? They don't do it to make money. They do it because it's now a status symbol. Owning a professional football team is a status symbol.
And McMahon, they figure, is grabbing this because he wants to show he can do it.
Yeah. Well, for sure. And if he's got the money, why not? Yeah. To the Facebook feed, Alan Lee says, great show. Today's intern rates it 5 stars. Alan knows how to find himself a full-time paying job down the road. He knows. He's on the right track. Okay. Dan Ukrainian says, go Dallas, talking about the Texas Throwdown. Wayne Grollo says, boring, in all capital letters. I don't really care who wins. Maybe that's why I'm not that into it. And you know what? That's exactly why you're not that into it. That's exactly why you're not that into it. I believe that you can't watch sports without a rooting interest. I believe you cannot watch sports without a rooting interest.
That's right.
And
100%.
if you do watch it and you get into it, it's because you want one team to win over the other. Even if you don't even know the teams, you know you want one to win over the other.
For some reason. You like a team.
And you saw that we put the comment up. Rod's watching. He says, see you Monday. Yes, Rod, can't wait. See you back here Monday. Safe travels. Enjoy the rest of the holiday. Bring us something nice.
Something different.
Something different, yeah.
It's got to be very wide horizon there.
Yeah, I wonder. It's been fun watching the Instagram story, and it makes me want to go away somewhere warm. But it's been a great week. We've been able to keep this car on the road for the week, and that's been really, really awesome.
Well, the interest in the Rough Riders in the town is terrific. That's what you love.
It's pretty great.
But, I mean, it's because it's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I say early season prognostications are Riders for first place, Bombers for second.
More comments on the Prairie Mobile text line. Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer. Better than BC and Toronto, John. Trestman will be fired soon. Thinking about Tampa Bay. They have not played very well. Looking for their first win. Roughnecks, buddy, and Defenders. That's who he's got. Roughnecks and Defenders. So he's got Houston and D.C. That's Metal Shingle guy.
That's what's going to happen as time goes on the next couple of weeks.
Text line.
There are going to be 2 or 3 teams, not have a victory. It'll be definitely in the basement, not the top teams, and there'll be 3 of the top teams. Well, the parks are not going to be filled for those bottom teams. I mean, they must have thought this out.
A note from Jim in Balgoni. Hi, dupes. I know you guys love local sports. The Regina Christian School is hosting the Rock High School Basketball Tournament this weekend at the school or live streamed on their YouTube channel. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Loving your show every day. Jim. So appreciate the text, Jim. And that's really cool that the school's going to live stream that on YouTube. Really, really awesome. So the Prairie Mobile text line still open for one more segment, 306-840-8777. We got some business to take care of on the other side, and we will do that. We'll wrap things up. We'll go a little overtime here on the show for Emerald Water. It is the Rod Pedersen Show on a Football Friday. Facebook Live and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.